So what's the ANC saying in defense of these controversial appointments, Lindsay?
Well, Shahan, they're saying that there is nothing that prohibits these MPs from chairing these portfolio committees. They have gone through all the tests, as it were. We know that they were subjected to the ANC Integrity Commission when concerns were raised, and that they wouldn't have come this far down the line as being sworn in as MPs if their characters were proven to be questionable. And so there was nothing, with the exception, I should point out, of the nominee for the Basic Education Committee. That is Zukisa Faku, was originally nominated. She's a former Buffalo City mayor. And she has been convicted of fraud almost 3 years ago. And for that reason, that matter is still lingering in the courts as she appeals that matter. And the ANC Chief Whip, Phemi Majidina, saying they weren't yet satisfied that that court process had run its course, and therefore they had chosen to replace her. But let's hear what Majidina had to say about the other MPs that were elected today.
We are a constitutional state, and if a person is alleged, those allegations must be tested in court of laws and in relevant structures. At the moment, we have passed objection period during the nomination of candidates, and the constitutional justice was here to say these are the members of parliament. Now, when you come to committees to say they must be members half and not be members of committees in terms of chairpersonship, to me that does not make sense. But however, they have a right of freedom of speech, but I think they must allow ANC to do its work, and we have deployed our capable comrades. If there is anything that might come out of about one of our chairpersons that is under investigation, then the ANC will act accordingly. But at the moment, there's nothing really that we can act upon and say, don't preside over this committee.
Interesting. Anyway, so what are these MPs saying for themselves and about the criticism?
Well, most of them that we spoke to after they were elected to the positions are quite unfazed by all the controversy surrounding them. They're keeping the line, as you've heard there from the ANC Chief Whip, that they would not have landed in Parliament in the first place if their characters had been proven to be questionable. In the case of former Energy Minister Tina Joemat-Pettersson, we remember that it was under her watch that the country's fuel stocks were sold off. She says that when that forensic investigation is completed, she's convinced she will be exonerated. Bongani Bongo, who's been elected to the Home Affairs Committee, he has bribery charges were laid against him in the previous Parliament. Those charges will have to be revived, or those complaints will have to be laid against. He didn't want to talk about those charges, but he did dismiss allegations, claims, a narrative perhaps that he and others who had been appointed to these committees were put there strategically to push back against the Cyril Ramaphosa New Dawn agenda. Faith Mutambi was another who rubbished that, but let's take a listen to what she said as she exited that committee meeting.
Otherwise, I shouldn't be here as a member of parliament, so I don't think that worries me a great deal. Because, you know, I've gone through that test, there's been objections raised, so where I am, I believe I'm a fit and proper person to serve in this portfolio committee.
If objections are raised with the Speaker about you, or matters laid with the Ethics Committee about you, how will you treat those?
I mean, this is a democratic state, and everybody has got rights. I think I'll deal with that when we come across that. But for now, that's why I'm here. I'm a member. I have been elected. If I was not a fit and proper person, I wouldn't be here as a member of the committee.
All right, we'll have to leave it right there. Our reporter Lindsay Dentlinger is in Cape Town.